the Congo.
Yes, but I think they're also from Africa.
Okay.
So, like,
I was about to say, if
it's
somebody,
like us going to Alabama to Gulf Shores or something.
if somebody's like, hey, got a vacation planned, gonna go to the Congo, I'd be like, I don't think so.
It's also,
I'm gonna fucking pass.
I have on purpose not learned anything about this for looking up on this podcast exclusively. But from what I understand is that this guy took all these kids and then turned out to be a rebel leader and tried to overthrow someone, and then in front of all these kids that he took, he got shot.
Okay.
And like he was holding them captive into being rebel fighters.
That's a great cautionary tale. Like if you kidnap children and then you get shot in front of them, that's kind of what you get.
Yeah.
Don't join the Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't fucking go with a weird guy you barely know to the Congo.
Or the Boy Scouts.
Or the Boy Scouts.
It's kind of the same. It's
Instead of getting shot, you get to the Boy Scouts.
Are we going, Blake?
Yeah.
It's so early to
That's
have
our
it
first
on.
leap.
I was like, you get shot in a different way, if you know what I'm saying.
So quick to pull. It's so funny to watch you pull the 3 words we shouldn't say because you are already editing them, so you can just take them out.
It, dude, we're hitting the ground running here.
I usually hate you so much by the time I finish editing.
I know. I feel bad. That's why I've stopped. I don't know, but like,
You get
here,
pretty
real
loose?
quick, because you've already said it. I'm gonna go ahead and say them, but you can just have a long bleep.
Yeah.
I do my best to stray away from saying.
Well, that's all I was going to say.
I know. The fucking YouTube took away the Holy Trinity for us, and they
I was
going to
tell my story about, like,
Oh, dude, that's core values for Legion of Skanks if you're a fan.
I know, right?
Is when
Blake, you need to watch Legion of Skanks. I know you don't watch TV shows, and I know you don't listen to podcasts because you produce them.
No.
But you would have such a fun time listening to Legion of Skanks.
The only thing I watch now is porn. That's it.
Okay, but they show porn sometimes, but you don't get to see it because it's on YouTube. But like, you get to watch them watch porn.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty fun.
It's like watching somebody else play a video
YouTube
game.
does show nudity if it's for educational purposes.
Like a guy shave his fucking butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see
this guy pisses me off. I actually was talking to shout out Liz Mealy, a somewhat well known comic who's making. She's a rising star. I think is she from here, Liz Mealy?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I might from New York.
I'm probably mixing her up with. I'm mixing her up with Liz Splat.
Yeah,
both great comics. Look them up and follow them. But she had posted something about how she had called her cat a in her YouTube special she posted.
Yeah,
and YouTube demonetized it and took away the ability to gain 30 to 70% of her ad revenue or something like that.
But here's my question for YouTube: have you met her cat yet? Like,
exactly, dude. My cat is lovable as all golly gee, but he's also a cunt. Like he's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, some cats are just like that.
Is
man.
he in here?
He heard you talking. He's like, this motherfucker.
I had a bell on my last cat because she would swat at my ankles, and I still haven't gotten one for Zeus. But it's also terrifying because in the pitch black of night, all you hear is a bell running around.
That sounds like some ghost story shit.
Yeah, it's like if Christmas had a horror movie about it. It's terrifying. It's like Santa's just landing on the rooftop, and then your ankles get swatted up like you've been slicing your fucking ankle wrist.
It's like, I'm gonna come down your chimney.
The worst thing that's ever happened when he was still not that fat, and this is the whole reason I got him
he got fat?
Yeah. He was still a little skinny enough to get on top of the refrigerator, which is right next to my bedroom door. And I heard some noise in the middle of the night, and I walked out to go see what it was, and he jumped off the top of the fridge onto my head.
Oh, like WWE style?
Mm-hmm. Except for, thankfully, I have cat-like reflexes, no pun intended, and I punched him across the kitchen. And at 4 a.m., I was sitting there naked, consoling my cat on the ground in the kitchen.
God.
Like, you can't do that. Oh my God, you scared me.
I just went through so many emotions from that fucking story.
Yeah.
You were naked holding your cat.
Yeah, dude. It was, skin on skin contact. It's great for the relationship.
Yeah, it's bonding. It's pair bonding.
Before I forget, we need to intro the episode. So thank you for coming back to another fantastic episode of the Dingbat District podcast. We have a very good friend of mine. He was just on a show I got to host at Fort Brewery. Y'all, please make some noise for the Casey Coleman.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Of course, dude.
First thing, you did great at that show. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
I was so glad that Jacob, A, told me that you wanted to be on, and B, that he got you.
Yeah.
Because I got to help him book that one. So that one was really fun. And then I just got to hang out with you, but I'd never got to see your set.
Mhm.
And now, because it's my show, I have to host. I'm sitting there watching every word that's coming out of everyone's mouth.
Yep, sure.
And it was, you are so much funnier than I thought you were, because you're fun to talk to in conversation, but then you meet people that are fun to talk to in conversation in comedy.
And they fucking suck.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel like you've been, feel like you've been like hoodwinked. You're like, what
Yeah.
the dude?
Yeah, why don't you do any of the shit in conversation up there? Like,
Yeah, man. And it's even worse when you meet a comic who's sliding in his bit into conversations.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh God,
That's terrible. Like
that's
it
worse
literally.
than
If
not
a
being
comic
funny.
does that, I'm just like, all right, I'm done talking to you now. Like I can't.
The worst is
You
when
f***ed up
don't
my
know.
trust. Like
Yeah, like
no,
when-
I can usually tell if somebody's like, so it was crazy the other day. I was like, okay, the other day. You mean like 4 years ago when this actually happened?
Yeah. Dude, you are
Fucking liar.
You're kicking into immediately the hackiest shit you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, but like,
So I was pair bonding with my cat after I punched it.
oh, that might be the name of the episode. Blake, we might have to start naming our episode for that. Bear bonding with the cat. But now, like the other day, there's a comic who I don't necessarily like. I don't like when he's around. I don't like watching his set. Da 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 da. But I was
Okay,
talking
I'm
to him.
curious.
And I'm not gonna say his name.
No, not
You
right
can
now.
bleep it.
Not right now, of course. I mean,
In all honesty, I doubt that Casey even knows him, because he's just like, he's so new.
is he like a Fort Worth guy?
No, he's a Dallas guy.
He's a Dallas guy? I probably know who you're. I would probably know it.
Yeah.
It's up to you. We
Okay.
can talk about it later. Oh, no, I don't know that. No. Is
Please
he-
bleep that. Otherwise, I'm just mean for no reason. But I had noticed him being in conversations. He was getting funnier and funnier. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, this guy's, maybe he's learning what's funny or not, because he's not as brand new as he is anymore. And then I see him saying the same on stage. I'm like, you mother, like
Yeah.
you tricked
That's
me.
like the thing nobody talks about. Like people talk about you're not supposed to steal jokes, but also you're not supposed to like trying to work on them with other comics in a conversation. Like
Yeah, that's why open.
unless you're actually working on material together.
Yeah, you got to ask. And
Yeah.
that's got to be
Consent
such a good
is a
friend.
big thing, Like
Oh, it is a big deal. You
It's
are
a
right.
very
I'm
big
glad
deal.
you've taught me this finally.
You don't want to
Nothing
get,
else beforehand has swayed my opinion other than this.
you don't want to get joked.
yeah. We gotta
All right,
bleep it.
Just because you have the pass, because you're the editor, doesn't mean you're a military man, so you're just desensitized to everything. You built helicopters. You didn't see any. What's the worst you saw? Your pill
I saw a
prescription?
guy taking a piss in the corner while I was building a helicopter.
I lied. It was me.
It was me.
I fucking knew it. You bird. So I like asking this question to comics, but was there one initial event that caused you to start comedy?
No, not really. I mean, I liked comedy at a young age,
Right.
so I watched a lot whenever I was like 16, something like that. And I just started writing.
And then you never had like a it, I'm finally gonna do it.
I did because I lived in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana, so I had to get to a place where you could do.
Okay, so
Comedy.
it was chance, not choice, kind of not getting.
No,
it.
it was. I mean, it was choice, but it was like I had to get the out of Louisiana
Right.
to do it. Like I had to come here to do
Oh,
it.
so you came here and then immediately started.
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it was like why I moved here in my like 18, 19, 20-year-old part of my life. you
Oh,
know?
okay. So
Yeah.
damn, that's like the prime time to move, and then you just been learning in Dallas.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, luckily, I got to travel a lot in my 20s. I toured with a comic in my 20s.
Really?
So I got to like travel a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it like as awesome as it's made out to be for?
No.
That's
No.
the
No,
thing is
well,
no one's
here's-
honest about
Here's
it.
the thing, like we weren't going to like the cool towns, we weren't going to like
Oklahoma
we're not
City, and
going to
that's the
like
best.
we're not going to like New York or LA. We're going to like a town in Ohio that everybody hates you and they don't care that you're there. They hate everything because they're in Ohio.
The best stop on the trip is Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, we didn't even get that. I mean, it wasn't even that good. It was.
Oh man, that's always so funny when people say like, "Oh, that's a good comedy town." You're like, "Really?
Mm,
South Dakota?"
yeah,
A-
I can
any
tell
good
you.
comedy town in
I can
South
tell you,
Dakota?
Akron, Ohio is not. It's a depressing shithole. Sorry to anybody in Akron if you're.
That's just Ohio.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
that
Fort
is.
Worth now too.
Is it
Everything's lost, man.
really?
Yeah, I
Fort
mean,
Worth
we've
used to
got
be
Fort Worth
cool.
Hyenas, and we're waiting on Big Laugh.
Yeah.
Big Laugh could be the switch around, so we're just kind of in a null.
I hope so, dude. I'm ready for Big Laugh.
Yeah, because, I mean, say what you will about Hyenas. I'm not really going to on it, but I'm
I'm not gonna
no
shit
matter-
them either because you know.
It's not the thing to do, but I will say no matter what, and this is only my opinion alone, unless Casey wants to take some of it, but I hate pay to play.
I don't like that either. Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger the bar tab, the higher up in the list you go.
Is that what they do now?
Yeah. at
I
Fort
haven't
Worth
been to
Hyenas.
Fort Worth Hyenas in forever.
It's
Like after I had a little bit of a I don't know if it was who kind of took over. Like
Right.
I never got an explanation why I kind of got taken off the roster. But since then I have not been to Fort Worth Hyenas at all.
yeah, man, and I love that club. It still
It's a
puts
great
on
club, yeah.
great shows, and it's one of the few clubs that has a side opportunity for comics. Like there's
Yeah.
the main room, and then you've got the red room to go do these off shows that funnel
Mhm.
through the main room's crowd.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's the big.
That's a
start
great
of-
setup, you know.
Yeah, it's the
Because
perfect.
people will
setup.
stick around.
And like it's something if there's the side room, but they through Fort Worth they force you to go through that second door, so you
Yeah.
have to walk through that room.
Yeah.
And only so many people are so dead inside to look us in the eye and keep walking.
Yeah,
Some people are
I
gonna
think
sit
you'll
down.
find that's more and more as, as time goes by.
Yeah.
People are slowly, all of us are dying inside.
Oh yeah, because it's crazy to watch the numbers. Are like, oh man, they had like 100 people sitting in the main room, and there's 4 people sitting in the side room for the mic right now.
At different
Numbers-
corners of the fucking room, too.
Yeah,
They're not even sitting together.
They're playing Foursquare across the room. Yeah,
Yeah.
they know each other. They just don't want to sit
Yeah.
together.
I guess because they know each other. They're like, I don't want to be around that asshole.
Not that guy. Not right now. And then you just see 100 people walk out, and you're like, the numbers say 10 of them have to stay. And it's the 3 people at some point, one of them left with the crowd. And you're like, how did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah, man. I mean, I still love mics. It's still the fun and the grit and the grime of it, and I still got to do it.
Yeah, but at some point, it's kind of like
It's
you
quality over quantity.
got to find the good mics to go to because it's like, too, a lot of us all have jobs
Yeah.
while we're doing this. So you got to find the ones that are worth like going to work on material so you can be dog tired the next day at work. You know?
Right. I'm not going to be dog tired for your mic.
No, that.
No. Yeah, yeah, I've had to cut back from some who like I wouldn't have not done any of the mics with what I've known now when I started because I need all of those bad experiences. Like
Absolutely.
I won't say the name of it, but there's one mic that's literally a hallway like in Raging Bull. It's just literally a hallway, and there's a bar somewhere in there. No one pays attention to you, and it's on Monday nights in Fort Worth.
That's not great. I know the bar you're talking about.
Yeah, it's I love the guy that hosted it, and he never mind. Giving away too many context clues. But yeah, man, like that was great to have an audience that didn't want to hear me starting in. But now I know how to turn that around.
You know what's crazier? Whenever you know it's an audience that doesn't want to hear you. Like I did a show whenever I first moved back here. I was probably like 32. I was taking any show I could get. Right?
Time is time.
Yeah. Well, I ended up doing this show with this guy at I think it was in White Settlement or something like that.
Already tough.
Yeah. And it was I walk in, it's like a biker bar, and then I find out it's like a meth biker bar.
Yeah.
Because you can smell the meth. Right? And then
There's never a sign that says, hey, this is a meth spot.
No.
You just smell it.
Yeah, it's not like at some bars where they're like food here, meth here. It's not it's not like that. But like luckily they liked me and they didn't want to stab me.
Oh, that's a nice compliment at biker bars.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to stab you. Thank you.
No, here
Big
was how
Steve.
I knew it was a compliment, even though it was not a compliment I wanted. Because they came up to me and another comic and they were like, hey, we're going to go to a Klan rally down the street. You want to know where it is? I was like, I don't, but you have to tell me because I don't want to offend you right now.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you give it to me, I'm going to Crime Stoppers you.
Yeah.
I'm a good boy.
Hey, tell me. We might show up. I might have something else. I don't know.
You have beer?
Yeah.
You know, I love anything
You just
that's
have
$3.99.
Coors Light? No, never
No.
mind. I'm not
I don't
coming
care
to
if the
your-
mountains are blue. I'm not going
Yeah,
skiing again.
that place.
You got any yellow bellies? Some Coors Banquets?
Yeah.
I'm trash at heart, baby. I'll take some banquets all day long.
Those are the fun hole shows you get to do as a comic.
Yeah. Those shows are like just having a time or a timeshare.
You know what was crazier? Because I was doing these shows with some guy. He's from here, but he moved somewhere else. So that was like Friday night. And then Saturday night, we were doing a show in like South Dallas, like super urban room.
Right.
And all I had to do was just make fun of this white chick who brought her loud fucking white friends.
Of course.
And then it was like last night, I was at a meth white trash biker bar. And then now I'm in South Dallas. I didn't get stabbed anywhere. This is great.
Dude, I'm beloved between both extremes.
Yeah, I can walk a line. This is good enough. This is how I'm going to present myself
I'm
to
a bit
Netflix.
of a day walker.
Yeah. I'm going to present myself to Netflix like, hey, everybody doesn't want to stab me. So
That's an elevator pitch if I've ever heard one.
yeah, yeah, dude.
Dude, one of the most fun I've ever had at a show, but it went so poorly. I went and did. I mean, it's so Dallas. I could throw a rock and hit the state fair from where I was, and it was during the state fair, and it was not only a biker bar, but it was something I didn't exist in black biker bars.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was. Such
It's like
an
both of
environment.
my stories just came together.
Yeah, and they also did not want to stab me. Thankfully, they were
Good.
very nice.
Good.
But they were so very nice in that they put me down, but immediately like, we're not gonna listen. But hey, we love you. Thanks for coming.
I like how you kind of did a Mike Tyson voice. We love you, man. Thanks for coming.
I like the mic. Well, that's the vodka, man.
We're not gonna stab you or nothing, but
We might bite your ear off or something.
just do your talkies.
But like, it was such a bad show for comedy, but it was it was some lady's 50-year-old or 50th birthday, which was the whole reason that they had this whole show, and it was 2 hours of a rave, then 45 minutes of comedy. And
Wait, what? That's another little hiccup you just threw. 2 hours of a rave?
yeah, so it was music and then comedy and then music, but it was a rave for a 50-year-old and then comedy. And then they cut the cake. Like, it was just all weird. And they
Was
never
the cake full of like MDMA? Like what the was it?
No, the cake was A, delicious, and B, it was a 3D cupcake.
Well, if
cake.
you're rolling balls, everything's delicious. So.
Oh, I mean, it might have, because it was the best thing I've ever had. It was like made into a 3D image, but like they didn't turn the music off during our sets.
Oh.
Two of the comics didn't show up because I talked to them.
So they're like, just do more time. I got to do more time in this.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I was probably 8 or 10 months into comedy, so not any reason to be there. I had maybe 10 minutes, and that's 10 minutes if the room is listening and they're giving me pity laughs. So
Yeah.
I really did like 7 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I'm standing on a plywood stage that the whole time is rocking back and forth because it's
shit.
so uneven.
So you're like getting seasickness at the same time.
It's a Bluetooth mic, so no one can hear me. Like,
Oh.
yeah, it's all the things go poorly.
Was it doing that thing where it'll cut out too? Because it's
yeah.
Bluetooth and it wasn't wired in?
It was Bluetooth, wasn't wired in, and it was at like pretty close to its maximum distance away from the board because the soundboard was upstairs and there had like a little cutout hole in the upstairs part to where you could see where the DJ was.
Oh,
But like if I leaned back far enough, it would start to cut out. Like so, I'd have to stay like right on the front of the raggedy stage that was just like.
man, that's a nightmare.
But I didn't get stabbed.
That's always the good thing.
Yeah.
That's always my takeaway from shows now. Even if I'm at a good, like a club, like I was at DCC last night. I was like, good night. Didn't get stabbed, but it was Deep Ellum at like 2 in the morning.
Oh
so.
yeah, dude. Statistics say you're gonna get stabbed or shot if you're anywhere near Punch Bowl Social after 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thankfully, didn't get stabbed again.
Didn't get stabbed.
So I got a good little streak going.
With a mom that always told me as a pudgy white kid, if you go to Dallas, you'll die. I haven't died yet, Mom. They like me.
That my mom told me that about everywhere but Louisiana. So
Yeah.
she's like, if you leave the state, you'll die. I'm like,
You just
sorry,
became a bubble
Mom.
boy.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. I guess I'm gonna die.
I can only breathe swamp air.
You gotta stay in Louisiana.
Mama said I wasn't allowed to drive a car, but it's okay. I got an elbow. You see, I was kind of sort of raised by one of my best friends growing up. His family was from Louisiana, and they were legit Sasquatch people. I love them.
Sasquatch
so
people?
Much like
Like Cajuns?
Like
Yeah, like if they walked,
I've never heard anybody call them Sasquatch people before.
Swamp
I
people,
mean,
you
it
mean?
was
Swamp people? Yeah,
Swamp
I've heard
people.
swamp people.
Yeah, well, I mean, then there was a show called Swamp People, and I wasn't gonna give him that because he
Yeah.
wasn't one of them. He wasn't hunting alligators or nothing. But
No.
God, I mean, they taught me so many things. Most of them are bad. Most of them you can't say anymore, or if you were ever allowed to.
I gotta be honest, like where I grew up in Louisiana, it's not far from where the Duck Dynasty people are and where all their shit was filmed. I fucking hated that show with a passion. Because like, this is what people think we are. Like,
Yeah.
And what's fucking hilarious is I'd known this guy almost my whole life. We became best friends in like kindergarten. We'd known each other. We got to be in like 10th or 11th grade. He finds out that he's third cousins with one of the wives of the Duck Dynasty people.
oh god.
And he's like, yeah, it's just Louisiana. Everyone's related to everybody. It's like the Polynesian Islands. It's like, what the fuck are you?
I've never heard anybody give Louisiana culture like that before. It's like the Polynesian Islands, bro. Like,
Well, we had a Polynesian guy on our team, and he was our friend.
okay, so he okayed it.
Yeah. He had just learned what Polynesia was.
Okay, so that's a good person
was
to tell you it's okay. Like, I just found out about my heritage. It's fine.
Please, yeah. He's also the same type of person. Like, I remember like 3 different birthdays. He would make a present instead of giving you like the normal $20 cash. He'd make you a present and then give you like $10 cash. 'cause
Okay,
he
so
was
What?
what was the presents that you got?
everything was made out of
Is it
duct tape.
like a doll made out of pubes? That you
One of them was a
like
duct
a
tape.
voodoo doll made out of pubes? Like, just find a hair of whoever you want
In
this
case
to
you're
be
ever
for.
missing me, I gave you this.
I made this
fucking
from my
voodoo doll.
person. So,
See, right? It's like 80% from the top of my head because I've been balding since the day I was born. But
no, this is 40% back hair, 20% ass hair, and 20% pubes.
and because you know I got that Sasquatch blood in me, I shaved off some of my sideburns already.
And then I
we
sprinkled
are
it
10
in.
years old.
Sprinkled it in like a joint, rolled it up, and here you go.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die.
Is it fucked up that whenever I was given those percentages, I was like, I hope my Louisiana math is right, and I didn't fuck up. And then I realized I did fuck up. I said 80%, and then you said the sideburns. I was like, yeah, that's the other 20 right there.
Oh man, dude, I love that we're from the South. There's so many fucking wild characters that people see, like the Dukes of Hazzard, and like that's not
Yeah.
a real person. You're like, no,
Like,
I know
no.
17 of Boss.
All of
Hogs.
this shit is based off of real people. Like, whenever...
Oh God, no, boy! That's like 17 people from the
No.
place I went to college.
Whenever people are like, is the water boy real? Or is it like the Adam Sandler movie, The Water Boy? Or did people talk like that? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, why do you... Fucking go research Cajuns. Like,
Go research Cajuns by turning on, once again, Swamp People. It's
Yeah.
the perfect thing you need because that's all they do.
I'm gonna go get this Gale right here. I'm gonna
I would
put
love
him
to hear
in a
the
sex move, and I'm gonna rub him down, and I'm gonna make
him
some gator tail.
I would love to hear the elevator pitch for that show. We're gonna take some Cajun people.
I like
And
how
we're
you're
gonna-
not doing it in a Cajun accent.
No, because they're businessmen now.
Like, okay, go, no, wait, that's not. No, not. We have to.
You're right.
We
It's
have to
hard to
go
like
out.
switch in and out of the accent because once you start, it just stays. It just
No.
sticks like
I've
molasses.
gotten good at it because I do jokes with it. It's like I know how to step in and out of it, but if you don't know, you'll get trapped in it.
You'll
Like,
get trapped in it because you just learn. You just
It
learn
goes
and you just
on.
adapt, and then you also
And
just
then-
learn. You never move your mouth all that much.
And then before you know it, you're Cajun. That's
100%. I'd had a rattlesnake before. It's just, that's also so Cajun in and of itself. It's just like there's a slow little pause, and then they just say something you'd never thought you'd ever hear.
yeah.
Like, I didn't have Cajun people in college, but I just had weirdly country, like kind of trashy, but more. I had a
Oh.
buddy that I went to college with, and on the side of going to school, he was also a hunting guide for work.
Okay. Yeah.
So really, it sucks to say, but we had a great friendship, but it only started because he offered me beer and offered me free game meat all the time.
That is how a lot of great relationships start. I don't know what
he was the greatest fucking guy, and like it's a cliche to say, but comics always know one person that's way funnier than they'll ever be, and they're never a comic.
Yeah.
It's this guy.
You just hang out with that guy, and that's how you get jokes.
And you just say wild shit. Like one day he walked in wearing a hat I'd never seen him wear, and he saw me recognize the hat, and he goes, "I swear to God, I'm not a goat fucker." Like,
oh God.
That's not where I was going, Zach, but I fucking love you.
And this guy's Cajun?
No, he's just like.
Okay, I was like, where are you fucking getting a goat? First of all,
that's what they feed the alligators.
That's
How do you think they get those gators on the reality TV show? On the picture tube box. Oh, I said something. What did I say on the last episode? Oh, I said icebox too. Is that like
icebox?
Did that make it to y'all's south instead of saying freezer?
No, we said freezer, but I think there are parts of Mississippi where they still don't know ice boxes exist. I don't know.
I don't think they have the capabilities of having them.
I think they are still getting the alphabet there.
Yeah, they're still the 80s.
Yeah.
They just got Footloose on DVD.
Yeah. No, not DVD, VHS,
VHS,
bro.
you're right. Laserdisc.
No, they're still trying to figure out that whole Betamax VHS debate, like which one's going to win.
This Y2K situation, that's a real big deal. I don't know what's going to happen.
That shit's coming up, man. It's crazy.
Speaking of Alabama, too. So me and Jacob went on vacation before the show, and we went to a music festival in Alabama to Hangout Festival, which was a fun music festival. But in all honesty, it wasn't my thing. It was very nice to go, fun to have that experience, but the music they played wasn't my bag.
What kind of music was it?
It's a lot more pop, but then they also had, because it was a huge festival and everyone was always playing at some point, the best person we saw the whole fucking weekend was Nelly, surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
Nelly was there, and he had the best music set I've seen.
Did he still have the Band-Aid on his cheek?
He did
What the
still
fuck?
I know.
Like, is this the same Band-Aid from the 2000s, bro? Like,
take it off, man.
Yeah.
Wash your fucking face.
Why did you never get a fucking partnership
It's
with
not
Band-Aid?
healing because you won't put that Band-Aid off.
You gotta... He's like, it's getting hot under here. I got it. Like, fucking leave the Band-Aid on, dude. Like,
but it was so funny to see all these poppy, ravey type of people come to this music festival in fucking Alabama. And then
that is weird.
All of these Alabamians are just stuck working the town that all of these other people are traveling all over the country for.
Do you think they hated y'all?
Oh, 100%. Because A, we were hard to understand, which is just what they said. That's bullshit.
That's because, yeah.
If you think Louisiana is bad on the education list, Jesus fucking Christ, then there's Alabama
I know.
at the bottom.
They give us hope.
Yeah, like, they don't sound Cajun, but it's even more indecipherable what they're saying. Like, it's like Foghorn Leghorn mixed with Kenny from South Park.
I say, so. Like that kind of,
We were pulling up into the fucking parking lot, and there was a booth attendant. And it took 3 or 4 times of me and Jacob both trying to understand what he was saying. He was just saying, "You can park anywhere." Like, "You can park anywhere."
Oh, God.
He sounded like James Brown. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Did at one point he like kneel down and somebody put a cape over him and was like, "Wow, park anywhere you want."
And jump back and kiss myself.
$5, park anywhere.
Funniest part is he was white. He looked like Blake in like 50 years. Like he was
Describe that to me.
fat.
Okay.
Oh God, that's all it was. Just fat, bro. That's.
I mean, picture Blake, but like gain even more weight than you had for the movie. I'm sorry, but in 50 years you're gonna be fat and no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't care.
Yeah, I mean you're fat now. No, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Thank you.
Let me lick a nipple.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
this just
Fine.
took a turn.
It did.
Hey, if it's for educational purposes, you can show that on YouTube.
Exactly.
You can.
Yeah,
you can
or-
show licking. This is how you lick a nipple for your bro.
For your bro.
That's how you lick your bro's
Or-
nipple.
This is where you turn over to the Patreon and see me lick Blake's nipples until completion.
Oh God,
I'm gonna make him lactate.
can I leave before that?
Can I leave before that?
No, you're part of it.
You don't get to leave, but you get to finish.
Yeah, don't get to leave. You get to come, and then you can leave.
Oh, so I
How
get
did
to
I
jerk
fuck
off.
that up so much? How did
I'm here. I'm here to
I made
correct.
it so much harder.
Dude, these 2 episodes back have been. I have no voice left because I've been laughing so much.
Because you got lactated so
Yeah.
much?
I'll take a step back next time. That's my bad.
Yeah, stop licking his goddamn nipples so much. He's got rash. He's got.
I'm a biter too. He's just
Oh,
it's
fuck.
just one of these days, and before I take some hairs with me for floss.
Yeah, I got to run a marathon tomorrow, so I got to put
What?
Band-Aids on them.
Oh, you got.
Why is this the
you
first
gotta,
we're talking about
There's
this?
You got to
joke.
Nelly up
Oh,
your
okay.
nipples.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Nelly's Band-Aids on his nipples. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta,
I'm
Yeah.
so dumb. I'm sorry I ruined your
but
bit.
I'm
to
only
play
going to have one on because
because Nelly. It's
Yeah.
with. I
in.
bit the other one off. Oh, I'm gonna bite your fucking nipple off in that sexy ass Britney Spears T-shirt.
I don't know if this is from love or a little bit of hate fucking. I don't,
it's probably both.
a little bit of both. Like, I'm
Well,
gonna
when you work
bite your
together so
nipples off.
closely, it's both. I think.
Okay, yeah, I could
Yeah.
see that.
There's a reason we only do
It'll-
this 2 times a month. So we probably hate
It's
each
because
other.
we're
if we did
the
it.
exact same.
No, it's because you have to grow back your nipple like an iguana with its tail. Like,
Or like one of those mouses with the ear project. We've got a whole mouse squared away for Blake just to grow back the nipples I bite off. Oh. I'm trying to think. Have you seen any good new shows recently?
no, not really. Dude, honestly, right now, I'm like this old guy who used to watch like wrestling back in the '90s. So I'm going back and on Paramount Plus, I'm watching Raw, and then whenever they get to a pay-per-view, I watch the pay-per-view and I go back to Raw after, and then I watch the pay-per-view and go back to Raw, and like
Just
this is
reliving
what
the
my
highlight.
life has become.
Are you going like back in time and watching like up to now? Or
Like, no, I'm watching just like the Attitude Era, so like Stone Cold, The Rock, all that shit. Like whenever Stone Cold started beating Vince McMahon's ass, all that.
That's so funny.
This is
That-
before we knew he shit down girls' backs.
That's just what you're binging right now. It's just
Yeah,
wrestling events.
That's just what I'm doing, yeah.
But for as trashy as I am, I never really got all that into wrestling.
Oh, dude, it was my thing. Like, as a kid, it was my thing.
So my biggest problem with it was I went too early. So apparently I have this cool aunt that I don't know anything about almost, except for she's the coolest lady.
That's
of
how
all
you
time.
know she's fucking cool. You don't know much about her.
I mean,
She's out there doing cool shit every day.
for real. She was the
She
the
blew
lady-
Aerosmith.
She might have. Blake, do me a favor. Pull up Leslie Dean. I'll tell you how to spell it in a second. She was the lady that killed Freddy in the Nightmares on Elm Street.
Oh, shit. What?
In like the third or fourth one. It's a Z instead of an
Yeah.
S. That's okay. That's my bad. This is somehow my aunt. I don't.
This
I
is
really
your
don't
This
know
is your
how.
aunt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
God damn it. Your aunt's only a couple years older than me.
Yeah, and I still like. I've never gotten a good word. Yeah, that's Aunt Leslie.
Oh.
On how she's my aunt.
Your aunt could get it, bro.
Holy shit.
I know.
Your aunt is.
She's like 3 or 4 times removed and doesn't know anything about me. So yeah, she could get it. She's probably like married him somehow. But she killed Freddy in one of those movies. She's the front woman in a band.
I'll tell you what, she's not killing my fucking boner right now.
There you
Like-
go. Hey-o. Oh, she didn't
Yeah.
spread. Good for you, Leslie.
Yeah.
Aunt Leslie, who
she's,
used to work with my mom at the pizza place.
She's
Oh
You
man,
sport.
is that my aunt?
your aunt. What is that?
I don't know. I don't think that's
Universal
her.
Masturbation. What is that called? What is that magazine called?
Yeah, I don't know. Why? That's a really bad design for that magazine.
It's horrible. I'm a graphic designer and I fucking hate this right now.
Universal. It looks like it might say mattress. Like that's such a bad album.
It's
Universal Matters magazine. Good job, guys. But yeah, so she was also the front woman in like the lead singer of a band called Scary Cherry and the Bang Bangs.
oh
And their biggest claim to fame, I don't think this is this lady, Blake. I don't think that's my aunt. Their biggest song was like the commercial song for a Main Event commercial. Like it was just the
Really?
background. Yeah, like I heard it one day. I'm like, that's Aunt Leslie. Holy shit. But she was also on a roller derby team when I was growing up, and I went to go watch her once. But it was a side roller derby event with amateur wrestling.
really?
Yeah, and that was where I learned that wrestling was bullshit too early. But
Oh,
I
it's
also,
100%. Yeah.
It's also where I got some of the admiration for it because I watched this guy like I was trying to figure out how he got this blood pack across his forehead while he was down.
Oh,
on
they
the
just
ground.
cut that shit.
I think he used pain pills or not pain pills, paint pills
Really?
or something because.
Well, I know like the industry thing is like they'll hide a little bit of a razor, like on
so
them
they actually,
somewhere,
like, take the cuts.
and then they'll get like they get their ass kicked. They're like on the ground or whatever, and then they just do a little quick cut.
Huh.
You ever seen the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
That is a great fucking
great
movie.
fucking, and he does that at the beginning where he has the razor.
Really?
And he cuts.
Yeah.
Will you pull up the
That's. Oh, can
poster
we
for that?
can
I
we
haven't
keep
seen
the
that.
tab of his hot aunt, please?
Yeah, you can keep that open.
I need you to send this to me later.
I got
Like-
you. She's barely my aunt, so I might look at it later too.
This is what you look at whenever you're licking his nipples, and you're like, "Fucking, you're gonna get to completion, but I am too."
Oh
Thank
man,
you.
this was
Aunt.
after Mickey Rourke looked like shit too.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke looked like a fucking ghoul, but
Yeah, man. He was perfect to play that somehow Turkmenistan dude in Iron Man 2.
yeah,
That was Mickey Rourke, and it took me forever to realize that.
It's crazy how good looking he was back in the 80s too.
yeah. And then he looks like this now. Like
And
he looks like what prostitutes look like if you go on like Harry Hines now. It's like,
Well, he looks even worse now. He's got more plastic
does he?
surgery down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's in that place where you get plastic surgery and it makes it fucking worse.
yeah, like Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell. She looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
such dog shit.
She used to be hot as shit, and
Ah,
then
God, she was hot.
now, yeah,
Blake, will you pull up a picture so we can make fun
she
of Lark
just
Voorhees?
fucking
LARK, and then it's like, okay.
just turned into a little monster. Like
Yeah, I was
she
talking
got
to
the
some-
Voorhees part right, you know.
She really did. So like,
Oh shit.
yeah, dude.
Oof.
And this was
Holy fuck.
she's like 50 years old right now. I looked this up the other
Yeah.
day because I was looking at it.
She would have
looks
looked
like
better
my-
if she would have not fucking done anything.
Yeah, she looks like my 85-year-old grandmother. There's one more picture if you keep scrolling, Blake, that looks terrible. Like even worse than that. I think. I might be wrong. It might have been that one. Oh, no. Go over pink. It's the side-by-side with the pink spandex, and then she looks like
Oh
a
yeah,
Puerto
the
Rican
before
woman.
and after. Yeah,
Yeah, she looks Puerto
she looks
Rican.
like
in
Rosie
this.
Perez or some shit.
She really
That's
does.
exactly what she looks like.
And her eyes are going two different directions. Like, what happened?
Jeez.
Jesus.
This is what happens after a lifetime of Screech trying to fuck you. Like you got to do something.
That's why Screech killed himself. She saw what she turned into. Oh, my whole life I've been chasing this one lady, and now she looks like she owns 37 cats.
He's like,
Oh,
oh.
no.
If Zach still fucked her.
Well, of course Zach did. Zach fucked everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. God, there were so many fucking... Look up the whole cast of Saved by the Bell. This is 2 episodes in a row we've talked about Saved by the Bell.
I think Kelly still looks good.
Oh, she looks fantastic.
Good.
I think she still really looks good. Yeah.
She oh, God.
Mr.
She's
Belding looks. He's packed on
hot.
a few.
Oh,
Oh, she still looks good.
she really does.
She was in that stripper movie. What was that?
Strip.
That's
no,
the same
Showgirls.
guy?
Showgirls. Yeah.
Showgirls? Yeah.
That they look so different. Zach Morris doesn't look like Zach Morris at all.
Well, he used to dye his hair blonde for Zach Morris. Yeah, that's why.
But he still looks good. Like he's still like a distinguished, older looking dude.
He's
yeah,
rich.
he's just. I didn't
too.
expect
Is
him to
he?
look
Yeah.
like Henry
God
Cavill.
damn it.
Wow, Kelly Kapowski. Holy
Kelly
shit.
Kapowski holds up, dude.
Good God.
Kelly Kaplowski, you know what I'm saying? Kelly Kaplowski, skeet. That's what I'm talking about.
Good God.
And Screech is
Mario
dead.
Lopez, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
he looks
I knew Screech for a little bit.
What?
Really? You
Yeah.
knew Dustin Diamond?
Yeah.
How?
He was actually kind of cool. Comedy.
Really?
No shit.
Yeah, he used to do comedy towards the end of his
Yeah.
life.
I
That's how he ended up stabbing that guy.
he stabbed a guy?
He stabbed a guy. It was after a show, I think.
No shit. Blake, will you look up the story while Casey tells us a little bit more about Nolan?
So I met him at a club that I'm not going to say, but they had a club in Arlington.
Okay.
And he was headlining there. I was dating a girl at a time. He was like, he was married, but he had this girl he was fucking cheating with in town. So we were all hanging out, and we just had like a great night just hanging out, talking. And I was like, Screech is actually kind of a cool guy. And then later I heard Screech stabbed a guy. I was like, Screech is not the coolest. Screech is not that fucking cool. But again, guess what? I didn't get stabbed. So
It's always it always comes back in the end.
my fucking streak continues.
Screech might not have been the greatest guy, but I get to live in the niceties.
Yeah. He was one of the few like famous people I met that was cool with me. So.
Oh, TMZ. God, I could spend hours on this website.
Yeah, he's probably with that girl cheating on his wife. 2014. Do-do-dum.
Are you in this video?
No, I'm not. I think this happened in Wisconsin or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, Blake. He actually stabbed me.
Yeah, he like prison shivved that guy and then walked off.
Oh God, he still sounds like Screech.
He does. He's like, I think I'm gonna have detention for like 2 weeks
Zach
because
told
of
me to
this.
do it.
Mr. Belding was not happy.
Remember when he did that porno?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another guy with some cock. He had some meat, surprisingly.
That's why every girl in every town was trying to fuck him, I guess.
Talk about a concealed weapon. So what's on the side here? Oh shit! Are they finalizing J-Lo and Ben Affleck again?
Is that happening?
Yeah.
Are they getting divorced again?
Yeah. What is this like the third time?
I would think it would have to be hard to be married to her.
Oh yeah.
She seems like a
I'm
fucking.
sure
she seems like she
will.
will fucking kick you in the cock as soon as she walks in the door.
Yeah, but after watching the Tom Brady roast, I feel like Ben Affleck is just the most professorial douchebag of all time.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like he's constantly trying to make a point. You're like, just shut the fuck up. You're
Well,
an actor.
I heard he messed his shit up so bad because like he showed up late for the roast and then he like tried to give them notes.
Yeah.
He's a writer.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're an actor. Say the fucking lines we wrote for you.
Right. There was they right after the roast, they had a Two Bears episode with Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I'm a big YMH guy, so.
I am too, despite how much Bert might annoy me.
Yeah, which is crazy. I met a dude, he works at a club. I will not say the club, but he gave me like Bert Kreischer vibes last night. I was like, here's the thing. I'm cool with Bert. So I was like, this is fucking weird. I'm like looking at a young Bert, like before he knew he could take his shirt off and shit. Like,
Right, before someone else took it.
Yeah. Like he saw somebody else do it and he's like, oh, I'm going to take my shirt off. Like,
Oh, did he actually take his shirt off?
no, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He didn't. No, he was at that age where he doesn't know yet.
Right. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Jesus, if someone starts taking their shirt off on stage, that should be full right for every comic to kick up or stand up and kick his ass.
Yeah, I don't like that that's his hook.
Yeah.
It's his thing.
And I kind of respect it, but I also really don't that he also does the machine almost every show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he's gotten into a place where he has to because people expect it.
It's his crowd. It's his
Yeah.
crowd's fault, and it's not his fault, but all of his crowd is fucking morons because he's a moron.
Yeah. I mean, he's like super
all
dumb
morons.
humor, you
Yeah.
know? Which I appreciate dumb humor, but to the point of like, you got to take your shirt off every time, bro. Like,
Yeah.
can I just suspend my disbelief of what your nipples look like today?
I will say, though, if he didn't take his shirt off ever, we wouldn't get to see Natasha Leggero's perfect tits.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Yeah, it was good on her, man. They were legitimately perfect. Gow.
I actually didn't see the uncensored photo.
I found it. It took a lot of time.
Did
but
you?
I fucking found it.
I'm sure it does.
Because
That's like-
Natasha Leggero she's up there.
You gotta get on the dark web. You gotta get a VPN and everything so you can find that. Is that what you
I
had
think
to do?
it was just Twitter at the right time.
Oh, see, I'm not on Twitter, so
I don't use it anymore for the tweeting aspects of it. It's
you
just
look for the
because
tits.
I look for the tits.
So
like,
it's titter for you.
Yes, 100%. Did you see the lady at the Edmonton Oilers hockey game that after they won she flashed her tits?
No, but I want to now. I don't even give a fuck about hockey, but I love tits.
They're perfect. Blake, I need you to sit back down and I need you to go to X and type in Edmonton and tits, and then you might find it automatically. But we won't show it. This will not go in picture.
Show it to me.
Oh, yeah. This is coming for us. This is a
while
really
he's doing
horny
that,
episode so far.
Is it possible to get another drink?
Oh, yes.
Pause and get another drink
Yes.
while he does
Blake,
that?
we're going to pause while you pull this up. And I mean, we can.
If you want to pair bond real quick with him,
Oh, yeah.
it keeps coming in.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me, but I don't.
Yeah, if he's rubbing on the camera.
You're always bitching at me about censorship and get shadow banned.
Well, we didn't say anything like the two R's and the P. That was the thing.
yeah.
I mean, we kind of started with that.
We started with that, but that'll already
We
be
gotta
blurred
wait.
anyways. The
Yeah,
first
we gotta
20
wait.
minutes of the YouTube videos,
And then
have
we
to
got
post.
to nasty tits.
Yeah. Yeah, what old intern in the back was saying was we spent 40 minutes on bad tits.
We spent 40 minutes on that? Oh.
Dude, I'm running out of data on the card right now.
Do we have to move on to something else then?
I don't think we should.
We
I think
can.
we've got.
We
I know we've
can.
got 10 more minutes of content left before we wrap
Hey,
up.
I am here until y'all are telling me to get the fuck out. So
We've got 15 minutes total. I got to make sure we got some time to plug. Do we go back to bad tits or do we find something new?
That mugshot he's or
That's pretty great. I would fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah, man.
Like, I got another shot for you if
She
you know
must
what
have
I'm
been
saying.
arrested for stealing my heart. Oh God, she's hot. That's about everything that I want in my life. Like if I not even bag her, like marry that woman. If I fuck her
No.
one time,
No, here's the
I'm
thing.
good
If you
for the
got
rest of my life.
I feel like these girls are all like, you're not gonna fucking marry them, but they're gonna have crazy hot sex.
was caught having sex with a man on the pier on one.
What did I just
Fuck
say?
those cops.
What? Yeah,
Dude, you fucking nerds.
She's
Shut
doing-
up.
she is doing God's work.
Just
okay.
stop. Turn your
Oh,
body cam.
look at this one.
Oh, I always love some fake lips.
Why is there like spots on it like it's an old photo?
Probably
It's
is.
not spots. That's cum.
Yeah, that's like we took this girl's we took her fucking mugshot and then we came all over it like it's a porn thing.
It was the last time a Polaroid was used in a fucking jail cell. You see, okay, go back up, Blake. I have seen so many women like this woman right here.
She looks upset. Yeah.
She's not upset. They're just terrible women. They're always so
yeah.
fucking mean.
You know what's fucked up? I've dated girls like this, and I'm like, I don't know how you haven't ended up on a thing like this yet. Like, you're a fucking horrible person, and it took me a long time to figure that out.
Whoa.
Oh, she's got a little bit of Ronald McDonald vibes.
Yeah, but she also looks like she would give birth to my Division I son.
You think so?
Yeah, no, she's got some broad shoulders. That's a lady that was raised on a. Why am I in love?
You're catching feelings right here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the masculine butt chin, but I'm in.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Are you trying to?
Sure.
Are you trying to butt fuck her chin? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get ass play anyways, so why not just go for the chin? Have you seen people or pit fucking people? Like they stick their
What?
dick in armpits?
that's a thing now.
Yeah, that's a thing.
How bored
Mormons.
have we gotten with like vagina and butt stuff
It's
that
not-
we're just like fucking every other orifice?
It's
now?
not boredom. It's
like,
for
hey
some-
man, hey babe, like do your neck like this real quick.
Let me fuck your neck fat.
Let me fuck your neck. Like if you just bend your neck so I can put my dick between your neck and your shoulder, and let me come on your fucking tit on the other side. Like
No,
Oh, it's drizzled down your back.
what's hilarious about it is it's being funneled by Mormons. The Mormons are creating new sex things to not break Mormonism. That's who
that
started
makes
pit
sense.
fucking.
That makes sense.
Or
That
like the Mormons being weird and they just stick it in and don't move. That's
No, that is
terrifying.
weird. That
That's
is still
soaking.
that is still fucking.
That's still fucking, and it's also terrifying.
It is.
You're not just. What are you looking away from her?
Well, no, it's like also like if I put my dick in you and then what happens? How am I supposed to feel if it gets soft while it's in you? Like, this
there's-
is a whole new problem.
What the are we?
in
Are we
my
still doing
head.
dirty talk? Are we talking about baseball? What's happening at
Yeah,
this
like-
point? Like,
No, you're talking about Donald Trump and the news. Like, well, of course my dick's gonna shrink up. This is your fault.
that's also us right now. If we were 18, we'd still dump inside of that pussy, and then she'd
Oh,
just
absolutely.
technically be the Virgin
Absolutely.
Mary in the Mormon
no, I
religion.
wouldn't dump in, but I'd be like, I'm sorry, I gotta sneeze. I'm sneezing a lot. I'm sneezing a lot. I got allergies. And then I'm like, oh, but when it
It's
comes
all in
time
the
to,
neck.
when it comes time to pull out, it's like I don't have allergies at all.
You saw my vinegar strokes, you poor woman.
Gotcha.
You want to go to CVS now or in like 15 minutes? I was telling Blake earlier the worst I've ever done, and this is probably the sleaziest thing I've ever done, But a chick I was even seeing at the time, she left my house, and I was not a good boy that day. And I had found out.
What does that mean?
I dumped inside of her, and it
Oh,
was.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
good for you, bro.
It was fun. It was a good time.
It's always fun.
It's once in a blue moon for me because I know I'm spending $60 after that.
A blue ball moon.
Yeah.
It's a fucking. It's so fun.
Oh God, it feels so good.
Whenever you get it, like whenever the heavens and the earth open up and they're like, ah, and your balls get to just like dump in a girl.
You go full horse.
Yeah. I had a girl like on top of me one time. It was like, I was like, I'm about to come, and she started fucking me harder, and she's like, I'm gonna come too, and I'm like, you know what's about to happen.
$30 from my bank account and $30 from your bank account.
This is on you at this point. And I totally blasted in her, and she was like, and then after she was like, what have I done? I was like, I fucking tried to tell you.
Okay. So two things. A, what I was saying earlier is I found out you can DoorDash Plan B. So
What?
I
That is, by the way, I think that is good information for anybody listening. And
yeah, that's great information.
Mostly, it's good information for me.
Oh, but even worse than that, and we'll have to come back to the DoorDash.
Come back to it.
Yeah. Well, and that makes this second point even farther. Is I've just been thinking since this whole conversation, is my mom and dad watch every single episode.
Do they?
I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, then
when
I
they
should
turn
not
off.
probably say that I met your mom at the show, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Hot lady.
the Cougars are out.
Yeah, fuck you.
Cougars are about to start attacking.
Yeah, what no one understands is she's the meanest woman of all time.
No, that happens.
She's
Yeah.
like a gay man in that she knows immediately how to turn you off and just shut you down. And she's like, you got feminine hips. I'm like, oh God.
You know,
my mom.
I've dated women that are cougarly.
Yeah.
And they do that. It's like it's tire mom kind of thing.
Yeah, because
It's-
they're experiencing it, and I really
and they're
hope
like,
she's
I
still not
can't
listening.
deal with any of anybody's shit.
Right.
So I understand it, but it's also like, fucking calm down a little bit. Jesus.
The best time I've ever had was right before me and Blake. You met her right before me and my ex. Like the day before, I got with a 35-year-old lady with 4 kids. And
4 kids. That's
Four kids.
That's the biggest problem out of that whole thing that you just said.
yeah, the biggest problem is I was a little sad when she and I both decided it was a bad idea for me to keep coming back.
Really?
Yeah, because she was, not only was the sex just, even if it was decent, I'm in, but it was good. Wasn't great, but she's a 35-year-old woman. I didn't expect a fucking, porn star. She's got 4 kids. She's tired. I get it.
But you were into it.
I was into it, and greatest pre- and post-sex conversation I've ever had.
Okay, yeah. No, that does come with age.
Yeah, it was so nice. We put on, she decided to put on Stavros's
No, it's
special.
definitely like that. It's like, so we're done fucking. So do you want to watch a cool thing on
Yeah.
Netflix?
I've
Like,
got
watch
some
Fat
wine that's been
Rascals.
chilling and some leftovers. Are you hungry? I'm like, yes, I'm
I will
always
be
hungry.
honest, like after being with girls that are a little older,
Right.
like in their 40s and like closer to 50, like they will pull out some sex moves.
50.
And that it's like I've been with girls that are like pushing almost 50.
Okay. Oh,
And they're like they'll pull out some sex moves. I'm like, this is amazing. So they'll like crotch on me like a spider
this
kind
is
of
a
a
move
thing.
that was lost in translation. This was
Yeah.
original Latin and no one could translate
So
it.
they'll do that. Yeah, it's like fucking
Raiders of
it's-
the Lost Ark.
yeah. But it's like they can only do it for 2 minutes because their knees will die.
Oh yeah, it's they're so good.
It's
They're
like,
like a,
you better come.
this is their closer.
Yeah,
They perfectly
it's their
timed out their set.
yeah. And like, I'm not gonna come. You can just sit on me for a little bit. Otherwise, like it's
You've
fine.
given them the light, and they know. They're like, oh, all right,
Yeah,
okay, I
like,
got it.
No, it's fine. It's like,
Oh man. Okay, so because I know we're about to run out. We've got 5 minutes. Okay,
God,
so
I want to do so much more.
I know, but right before we run
I
out
will
of
come
audio,
back if you will have me back.
Of
We
course,
are having you
100%
back.
Yeah. We might even get you on with someone else, but we're definitely going to have you on for another solo for sure.
Absolutely.
But before I forget and we run out of the audio card, please plug and promote anything you've got coming in your socials.
I don't have any. I mean, I have a lot of shows coming up, but I would just say follow me on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram because I post everything there. Casey _Coleman _1 on Instagram. Just find me there.
Hell yeah.
Other than that,
Casey's set is not as dirty as we got today.
no. This is actually what I like to do. My set is what I it's me meeting like what I have
you
to
need
do,
to do.
what I need to do, and what my mind fucking thinks.
We spent 40 minutes on bad tits. That's incredible.
That is crazy. I'm like, what can we?
I miss radio. Like radio is what I wanted. I wanted to be a shock jockey, but now my dad listened to so much sports talk radio that this is, I think, accidentally, through osmosis, I got this.
It'd be nice if Sirius
Yo, you don't have another card in there that we can like fucking do another hour? Like this would be great.
I need to produce this show. You guys need to have a fucking a
Next
show
time
together.
I'm gonna bring an extra card.
Here's the fun part that no one gets to see is you don't have to leave, but now we get to say some wild shit once the cards are off. But we all get to go sit around the fucking couch and do it.
No, yeah.
See, before
I just hate that we don't get to capture it. Like
that's what I wanted from the podcast. Is I didn't want so this happened in your life and da 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 da. I wanted the fucking conversations we have in the booths at the comedy clubs.
I'm glad. I feel like I came immediately with that.
No, you came immediately, but that's because of bad tits.
Well, no, yeah. I'm still coming.
Or it might have been the Cajun voice. And here's the problem: is you can tell I'm starting to get drunk because my accent's starting to come out. I'm starting to hear it, and that's if my mom is somehow still watching. She knows because she can tell that Cletus Boudreaux's coming
Mom.
out. Yeah.
You probably didn't want to hear me say that.
I'm used to it at this point. Fucking Thomas Gunther doesn't bring up my mom, or if he doesn't bring up my mom, it's fucking a day that doesn't
Was that
exist.
your mom's
Here's the
favorite
thing.
episode?
Here's the thing.
Gunter one.
At the moment,
Here's the thing. Oh, well.
Until this one.
till this one. Heyo.
I won't bring it up after this, but hey, Mom.
I don't care at this point.
You do care, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anytime a guy has a hot mom, they care.
See, okay, I haven't cared as much as when I worked in the restaurant and my the old line lead hit on my mom, but it was just because he was doing it while I was
Wait, what did he do?
My mom came into the restaurant. He went out because he knew my mom. It was her. Like he knew, and he wanted to meet her. And then he came back like, "Your mom's hot," like the normal thing. Da 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 da. But he starts like, "Wow, that was real accenty." Jesus Christ, I'm getting full.
You're
Cajun.
fine. Don't get it in your head. Be fine.
He came back into the kitchen and he was towel whipping me while also hitting on my mom while she wasn't there.
Wait, he was like fucking like frat broing you, like towel whipping you in your dick.
And he was a 45-year-old loser, and I told it to him then. I'm like, "You're a 45-year-old loser. Go hit on my mom. I guarantee it."
Good for you,
Yeah.
actually. Because anytime a 45-year-old dude is doing that shit, they need to be called. They need to be called.
Bleep this name. He's such a like if it was the full embodiment of everything. Blake, you don't know that name, but that's fucking hilarious.
I almost blacked out.
But there was the greatest thing I've ever orchestrated in my life because I'm a super villain at heart.
Can you give me a second?
Yeah.
Where are we at on the card?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
So I'll do this quick. But the greatest thing I've ever orchestrated was I was tired of his ass.
Sorry, I'm going through some like sinus stuff, so like you just brought some stuff out of my chest.
Some fucking bubonic plague you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
But I was finally done with it's more over the towel whipping part because he would towel whip me while I was doing my work, and that would piss me off.
Yeah,
I'm doing my
that's
job
bullshit either way.
As a prep cook, and I had one of the waiters, after he followed me in to the freezer while towel whipping me, I had him lock it behind us, and I had a towel that I had frozen the tips of, cut and braided. I braided. I learned this in the locker room,
dude.
and I think he told me I split his nut, like
He had to go to a care now after
something. Like he was down for the count for a minute.
I think my balls are fucked up.
It was to the point where I stepped over him as I left the freezer and I said, "Later, bitch." I just fucking
so
walked out.
you basically had that like 80s movie moment where you're walking off and there's an explosion in the background.
I didn't look.
But it wasn't an explosion. It was just a guy whose balls ruptured.
It was the explosion of that guy's right testicle. Yeah. It was perfect.
That's fun.
It was fuck that guy. And he was from Seattle. That pissed me off. I don't know why, but he always wear a Seattle Mariners hat, and that
pissed you off?
Yeah, of all the things, it was.
Do you just not like Seattle, or is that?
I just didn't like him.
Oh, okay. So, can I ask?
Go ahead.
Does that make you hate Seattle now?
No, but I think I hate Seattle for the right reasons anyways.
Because it's like
the number one shittiest place to be.
Well, it's like very rainy, like gloomy.
And here's the thing, I love the rain, but I'd like if it's the number one capital of killing yourself, find a way to get rid of the rain. Like there's a way.
They can't. I mean, the government hasn't done it.
Email the Jewish people. I don't.
I would go there, but I would not live there. That's.
Yeah, if your number one selling point is your coffee, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get sad. You need a fucking upper.
Well, that's why they've had to fucking legalize everything. Is everyone goes there so they don't kill themselves.
Oh, that's the thing now. They like you can do fucking
literally
heroin there.
Everything, yeah, and you can just be homeless and live anywhere on the streets you want. They don't give a shit. Like
I don't like how you're making homelessness look like we can just live our lives and
in
just,
Seattle. Don't fucking live everywhere here. I'll say it right now.
You can
because
just
I think
be
the audio file is out, but I fucking hate.
You can be a free range person.
This is our free range homeless person. His name is Crazy Steve.
Yeah, he will stab you if you don't give him $1.
But if you got peanut butter, he'll love you forever. He's like a loyal golden retriever.
He'll suck it off your dick real slow.
And he's homeless, so he doesn't have any teeth. That's what we call a gummy bear.
No, this is it. This is what he calls his protein shake. if he sucks that fucking peanut butter off your dick real slow, and then you come hard in his mouth.
When you quiver after you come, that's his protein shakes.
Yeah, you get those tweaks. He's like, I get the tweaks too, bro.
Oh, fuck. You hit a full Michael J. Fox.
How much time we got on the card?
Follow me on @PBailey_comedy and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram and Paxton Paley 00 on TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube if you're not already. But you're at the fucking end of the episode. If you're not subscribed, fuck you. Bye.
Subscribe.